What's up, everybody? I'm Tony Angelo. Welcome back to my Stay Tuned YouTube channel. And today we've got my dirt cheap Porsche 911. I've got about 12 grand into this 996 after buying it and fixing it all up, turning it into a fun street car. But I want to do some upgrades. It has like an old garbage catback on it that sounds terrible. And I've got a completely new killer exhaust system for this thing. So I want to make it faster, sound better, and just be more fun. So stay tuned.
Yep.
So you can hear it's pretty loud. It's louder than stock for sure. And I've looked under there and they're definitely hand fabricated mufflers. But there's this kind of like that hollow sound that I think will be a bit better with proper headers and a proper exhaust. So we're gonna tear this thing apart. It's my understanding that the whole bumper and everything gets pulled apart. Bumper support comes off, and then this header, believe it or not, goes over this way. That's where the cat is in the middle, and then uses the muffler out that way. So it's all gotta come off. All right, so I looked on pelicanparts.com because they have a bunch of great information, and it says this is gonna take 8 hours, but we're gonna try to do it in like, I don't know, 2.5. All right, so I know the first step, I'm going to yank this air box out, which I've done before, and then we're going to take the whole bumper cover off because, again, this exhaust, you know, it's a rear engine car. Headers come down, they immediately crisscross in the middle here with these cat pipes and mid pipes, and then tucked up behind each wheel is the entire muffler and sort of catback system. So it's really packed in there. We're going to pull this off so we can get access to all that stuff. And I was like, oh man, we're gonna get a Porsche. Like, is that gonna be a nightmare to work on? And this car has been a dream to work on, really, which is crazy to think about. Then there's 4 screws on top of the bumper cover. Something. These corner ones must have gotten some of that good Pennsylvania rolled salt. So they make the pretzels with. Just the corners got rusty from the salt. Something's fine. So I know these are like big American clunky editions. They don't have these in the motherland.
You Americans are not responsible enough for the smooth bumper. You must use these shame bumpers.
All right.
Yeah. All right, now what are we looking at?
I don't know. Some kind of a beautiful bumper support / heat insulation that looks very well thought out. It's Porsche, the ultimate barbecue machine. Is that it? There is no sub. Which one is it? Is ultimate driving? That's BMW.
Yeah.
I think Porsche is. There is no substitute. Which is like, that's how they do German schools. They don't have substitute teachers. That's what it means. I think this bumper comes off. I know this whole cage around the muffler. So the mufflers are in here behind these giant heat shields. That's all gonna come off. Reveal the mufflers. We're gonna take mufflers off, cat cross pipes off, and then the headers down. The headers actually go up because it's a flat 6. All right. Wow, they are serious. Look at those beauties. So yeah, definitely aftermarket, definitely tired as hell. You can see rusty, leaking. See this water coming out? That's condensation inside the motor, which is totally normal, but it should come all the way through and go out the exhaust. It's tired and old. What you want to do, you get on something that's really stuck, use the smallest ratchet you can to make it impossible for yourself. It's like, you know, when runners are on the parachute, you know what I mean? Make it really hard, and then when the competition comes, you're in good shape. Just kidding, this is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
All right, 8 hours. It might take 8 hours. We'll see. We're like an hour into this. All right, what's next? Is that right?
All right.
Yeah. Oh, you scared?
Sit down. It's okay. Sit. It's okay.
He's scared. He hates German cars.
Yeah.
He hates them.
He's an American muscle. He's an American bulldog.
That's right.
Yes.
He's handsome. Look at that handsome face. Odin, make the handsome face. Great job.
Come on, let's go back to work. Come on.
All right, so the car's got 4 oxygen sensors, 2 before and 2 after the catalytic converters. You just pull them out of their little mounts. Got a little push on the bottom here, this connector, and then pull it apart. And make sure you get it out of the little wiring loom holders so it can fall down when you take the exhaust off. All right, so every head bolt is essentially a problem for braking when you try to take it off. Porsches are no different. One thing you can do is take like just a little punch and a hammer and just hold it up there and give it a good whack. Try to alleviate any stress on that thing you can and hope it comes out without breaking. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Again, you can do this with any car. Certainly anything with a header bolt instead of a nut. Oh yeah. All right, girl. Nice. All right. Good start. The other side. Here's what I like to do when I'm trying to make sure I'm bringing it. I want to get it on there, and right before I give it a quick shot, I like to close my eyes, think of a good memory. Go to a Flyers game with my dad as a kid, or yeah, good. Sweet. First time I did a burnout, yeah, I love it.
Eagles Super Bowl win.
Hell yeah. Super Bowl 52. Perfect. It'll work. Pray to the God of Nick Foles. All right, there it is. Nice. All right, well that was a little nerve-wracking, but that turned out awesome. Those are not 12s, or not 13s. If they ever were. So we've had great success so far. All the header bolts into the head came loose, which is great. And then there are 3-bolt flanges that lead from the headers right into the cats, and 2 of them came off, and one of them I can't get to at all. So I think we're gonna pull the mufflers, the cat backs out of the way, because they kind of are gonna, I assume they're gonna kind of fall out to the side, and then hopefully we can get into these top bolts and have a better job of not breaking them, taking them off. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're going a little bit out of order here, but it's all good. Oh, wow, that's aggressive. So the mufflers are a little weird. They have this big mount that is suspended off of the head on these rods. So there's bolts that go through them, and then they're isolated for vibration and heat, it looks like. So I think it's just these 2 bolts, and this whole thing will come off and slide out of there. Okay. We're getting close to saws all the time. I think we need all this stuff though. As long as it is, it saws all stuff off. Number 1, used Porsche parts will still sell for some money. And number 2, I think we need just about all this stuff. So I'm not trying to cut it up. Yeah. Alright. So after all that fighting, I finally got this nut off, and this bolt is loose, as you can see here. And this is a big mount for this muffler. So if I could pull that bolt up and out of the way, muffler would just pop off the side, except that I'm assuming, and that's exactly what I assume Porsche would have wanted. Pull these bolts down and out, mufflers come off. But whoever put this on put these in from the top, and now they are captured by this frame rail here, which I don't think Mama Porsche would have done. I'm assuming this whole motor was out of the car. They put it together the wrong way, and now we're jammed up. So I'm gonna take this plate that mounts these things, try to get these 3 nuts off, and then get it out. And then when we put it back together, I'm putting these bolts in from the bottom so that you could actually service them and take the mufflers off easily with everything still in the car. All right, it might take 8 hours. I don't know, Pelican might be right. We've got this plate now separated. It's gonna come right off. Cool. You good? Yeah, so if this bolt here had been inserted from the bottom, we could have left this plate in the car and just pulled this off, but no big deal. That may be the Porsche way to do it because they put it together at the factory, but I'm sticking it in the other way. Do that with a wrench. There she is. One stock header. See you later. Alright, so it came off nice and easy. If you look at this motor, it's pretty much bone dry, which is nice. A little tiny bit of seepage here, and they have rear main seal issues, but this is not even a drip, so I'm not going to call that a drip. This is some kind of crazy EGR setup here, which looks like it's working fine. No crazy leaks, nice seals around the ports. Nice and healthy. Nice and healthy. Let's get the other side off. Oh, one thing I did see, come over here. So this car has a couple little signs that it's been worked on. This is an aftermarket retainer for the cam seals on the end of the head because they can pop out, and this is just a little aluminum plate that somebody made to hold it in, and somebody sold it. And they put it on, which is great, but it's not tight anymore. So I'm gonna take this bolt out, get some blue Loctite on there, and tighten it back in. Oops. All right. That's okay. No big deal. All right, that's one bolt broke. Header number 2, all done. All right, I've got the old headers off, sitting in the scrap pile now, and I'm getting ready to put in a sweet set of hooker headers and little catback exhaust. But before that, while I'm in here and I've got all this access, since this is the laydown 6 motor, essentially the top of the heads are always covered by the mufflers, and to change spark plugs is a real pain in the ass. So since I have this access, I'm gonna throw in some new plugs, I'm gonna change the oil, and then we'll put all the good hooker stuff on there. These are like coil unplugged, sitting right on top, so each one has to be removed. There's no wires, obviously. This is too fancy for that. Everyone was like, you should LS swap this thing, LS swap it, right? But look, time savings. I only have to change 6 plugs, right? I'm gonna waste all that extra time too, having all that horsepower for an LS motor. Don't need it. I mean, I need it. I always need it. Wow, they made that one the tightest one, huh?
Guten tight.
Yeah. Jeez. Maybe they never got this one off the first time. There she goes. They don't capture any bolts in this thing, ever. Everything just falls off. That's a tight fit. You coming down here? Where are you going? All right. Now let's see these plugs. I think there's a plug in here somewhere. Maybe? Hello? Anybody got a plug? Wrong side?
Nope. Is it a diesel?
It might be a diesel. No plugs. No problem. Really though, what's going on here? Yep. There she goes. Ugh. This is gonna be the easy one. The rest are gonna be a nightmare. Why only change them once every 19 years? Oh, yeah. Huh? Not terrible shape. A little wet, a little more wet than I'd like around those threads. It might be like a valve leak. Nice. Yeah, threads are a little wet. Plug looks good. All right, so whenever I put a new plug in, one tip you want to do is you want to put some anti-seize on it so it doesn't get stuck in the engine block, brake, whatever, just regular, greasy, gross anti-seize. Here's one thing you want to know. When you put it on very carefully, get it on the threads and not on the actual electrode or on the tip itself, because if you do that, you can start actually making the spark jump around, cause detonation, and actually hurt your engine. So believe it or not, it's a great idea to do it. It's a terrible idea to do it wrong. So just a little bit on the threads, make sure it stays there, stick it in. These are iridium plugs that are pre-gapped around 30 thousandths, so I'm just gonna put them in. Make sure you always have a nice new spark plug socket. It'll hold those things in place, that firm rubber. If not, you're dropping it, try to put it in on like a V8, you'll lose it, it'll fall, it'll wreck the gap, you gotta redo the gap, or you can break the porcelain on top. So it's always nice to have a pretty fresh spark plug socket in your toolbox. Nice. And then because it is tight, we gotta make sure we get this back out. Remember that thing I just said about it being awesome? Narf! Alright. Don't keep a new spark plug rubber in your spark plug socket, because this will happen. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Come on, baby. Alright, I rescind my earlier tech tip, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna have to thread it back out and use a different one. Alright, so use a new one to take them out and an old one to put them in. There you go. That's my new rule. Made it up just now. You can fix this in post, right? Just edit this all out, make us look like we know what we're doing.
So remember, anything worth doing, it's worth doing twice.
Yeah, we're doing 11 times. Yeah. Here we go. All right. But look at that anti-seize. Look at the beautiful coverage. I'll bump it up. So I'm on the driver's side, 3 more plugs over here. Pull them out, shove in the new ones, and then it's exhaust time.
Never give an answer and pretend that it's all my fault. Hear me out, I know it's just a hassle, but now I'm telling you don't.
Alright, so spark plugs are done. I'm gonna do oil and filter, I think. There we go. And then setter time. Sweet.
Texas tea.
Mm-hmm. Bubbling crude. Alright. Yep, haven't changed this ever. Me, you know, it's been changed. Like, yeah, that's that good stuff. Synthetic.
Pay good money for that. You might as well eat it.
Exactly. Bunch of dinosaurs died for this stuff. I don't want to let it go to waste. I bought it. a year ago. Oil looked new. I left it alone. Drove it a few thousand miles, and now we'll change it. Get your money's worth. On a lone and lonesome highway east of Omaha. And they'll be like, stop! And I'll be like, I can't stop. It's the best song, dog. Be in a minute. 25 Newton meters. Seems to be a lot. Oh, this is not going well. Nope, nope.
Screw it back on, I'll grab the pen.
I got it, I got it. All right, so I got a official Bosch replacement. Comes in a new gasket. We'll slap that thing in, and then it's header time. I'll wipe this thing off. Put on some new gloves. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, there's not a speck of metal in there. That's a good sign. All right, we'll brake clean. It's new. It's gonna be time to install our hooker, headers, and catback finally. This thing will make some noise. Just gonna kind of see how they fit. So these are gonna go on these 3-bolt flanges, fit up to the cat pipes. Okay. Oh, Colin's wasted. Here he comes, watch this. What's up, man?
Come in.
Come on in! Oh! Let him in.
You did that pretty good.
He's drunk.
Hungry?
What you doing?
Offering food?
Tony's hungry.
What are you making?
Huh?
You making food? What do you got?
Peanut butter and jellies for everybody.
Okay.
We want some Mexican food.
Hell yeah. What do you got?
Rice. We got rice.
Hold on. Good. You just got a ton of food?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll eat some.
Yeah. I believe this is
Those are huevos.
Huevos.
And those are frijoles. Those are arroz. What do they call? What's rice? Arroz. Arroz. And then enchiladas. All right, so we got a broken bolt here. If you recall on the way out, I'm gonna try to knock it out. There she goes. I can hear it. That tone, I was like, all right, we got it. All right, so my buddies at Holly, who own Hooker and a lot of other companies, sent me over this set of sweet, pretty much equal length looking stainless steel TIG welded headers for this car that are gonna outflow the stockers by quite a bit. And it's sweet because obviously I've worked with Holly and Hooker a ton, and it's a company that I already know making stuff for my weirdo 911. Not weirdo, but like, you know, I'm new to 911s, and it's cool because I can still use parts that I know and love. All right. And they just came out with these things, so it was like perfect timing. All right, new gaskets, they send you new bolts. I'm gonna slide this thing up. Actually, I'm gonna fit a new gasket on here that comes with a kit. Give this old German bad boy a little bit of an American accent, you know what I'm saying? It'll wind up coming, sounding like it's coming straight out of Bayonne, New Jersey when we're done with this thing. Actually, I don't know, where's Hooker? I don't know where Hooker's from. Probably, Holly's in Bowling Green, Kentucky, so maybe it'll have like that twang to it when we fire it up. Say, we fire this car up, but it's not, it says yeehaw, we'll know. We'll know where it's from. So, there's quite a bit of movement in here. There we go. Nice. Get that all lined up. I always work my way sort of from this, once everything's snug, kind of center out. Just, it kind of lays the flange down flat. Lift it up, send it home. So instead of trying to press anything back in, we'll just do a nut and a bolt on the flange here. No big deal. All right. So now I have the new hooker catback system. As you can see, it is pretty sweet. One little muffler, this little resonator guy, and a set of pretty cool tips. Don't move. And some V-band tips. What's nice is they want me to take the brackets off the old mufflers, which are these, install them back into the car, and then bring the muffler over and put it on, which I think is going to make everything quite a bit easier. What? Nice. Ta-da!
Good shot of that big washer there.
I want to make sure we're kind of in business with everything here. Yeah, that's happy. And now that I've touched everything again, I'll wipe it all down again. Alright, I'm gonna put the V-band exhaust tip combo on now. So to fit the exhaust tips perfectly, I'm gonna just take a little bit of material off the front of the V-band. It comes a little bit through the flange, and it's not letting me grab onto that thing easily. So just gonna quick little trip on the disc sander, should be fine. bet that'll work. Just a little lip on there now. All right, let's try it.
Here,
It's gonna be a lot easier now. But yeah. Gotta give it one. Lift it out. Drop it in.
Keep the lines there.
That's it. I'm just gonna snug it up. We'll get this thing fired up. But at some point I'll come in and put the bumper on and fine tune this fitting. In fact, I'm wondering if I should leave these down so that I can access them with the bumper on. That makes sense to me. All right.
Yes.
All right, same thing on the passenger side. I need the short 3/8 13 socket. I have the 1/2 inch. Just aiming for the middle. I went ahead and broke this bolt, so hopefully this thing opens up nice. Nope. Massage this opening a little bit with a hammer. All right, so in the instructions it says, take the brackets off the old muffler, put them on the car, put the new muffler on, and put this pipe up, which you probably can do with a stock header. Once you're running their header as well, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna pull this bracket off, I'm gonna bolt this together, put it all on as one piece, and then re-bolt the bracket in from the side with the muffler already on it. All right. Nice. All right. Cool. So in just an attempt to be able to turn this and adjust it later, once the bumper is on, I got them going the same way. Watch out. All right, it's on. It looks sick. I'm gonna wipe it down with acetone. We're gonna put oil in this motor so we don't blow it up. We're gonna hear what this thing sounds like at about midnight. Best wishes to our neighbors and the local authorities. So the complete Hooker exhaust system is in, headers plus the sick catback. We did spark plugs, changed the oil, and now it's time to fire this thing up and hear how it sounds. It's 34 degrees outside, but we got a convertible Porsche with a brand new exhaust, and I want to hear that thing. So I'm gonna bundle up a little bit, take it for a rip. Let's hear the fire up sound. That rumble. Sounds awesome. So it's not like hollow and tinny anymore. It's got a nice roar to it. Sounds awesome, but I want to hear it on the road. So let's hit it. It's cold. Just pulled out. Buckle up, see what this thing sounds like. But listen, already, it's pretty nasty. The fear will keep it warm, right? Yes, we are idiots. That's right. Living my best life. Get yourself a cheap ass Porsche, put the top down, make it loud. That's what it's all about. It's the American dream right there. Someone had asked me how to describe like what I like about this car, and it's just like how immediate everything is. Like the steering is like instant, and the car feels tiny. And the first time you drive it, you're so used to hearing like the engine ripping and revving in the front and the transmission underneath you that like it feels spooky that like all the sounds in the back. It's just a very different car, but it's also tiny and light, and everything feels so good and direct. It's awesome. It's cold, but it's fun. And to have a car drive this good, and you know, we spend like, we're all in about 12 grand right now, is amazing. 996s are the best. It's crazy value. Crazy fun per dollar. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode on the Stay Tuned channel. Our cheap Porsche is louder and more awesome than ever. I may keep it around a little bit longer. I do love this thing. So thanks to Grease Monkey Gloves for being a big supporter of the channel. Thanks to the Subtastics for throwing us some music. Keep you guys from getting bored. If you like this stuff, there's tons more of me and my boy Lucky on Motor Trend. You can go there and subscribe over there. Watch all our exploits on Hot Rod Garage. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe on this channel because we've got lots more stuff coming up, and you can stay tuned.